The stunning new EQS SUV raises desire to a whole new level. It's the first all-electric large luxury SUV from Mercedes EQ with room for up to 7 people. And we are absolutely thrilled to welcome this amazing car to our family. We can already see how our customers adore the EQS. They love its technology and its first-class comfort, with features like the MBUX Hyperscreen, rear axle steering, and its super quiet performance. When the EQS SUV comes to market in the second half of this year, it will fulfill all customer wishes and more. This is a diverse group with active lifestyles. For families, we offer a third row and rear seat entertainment. Adventurers have all the space and versatility they need for action. Tech fans who want an electric SUV driving experience have the ultimate choice. And for music lovers, the Dolby Atmos sound system brings audio perfection to a whole new level. On top of all that, the EQS SUV looks simply gorgeous. On the inside, we have exclusive materials such as the innovative hybrid trim. A pattern of tiny Mercedes-Benz stars made of aluminum is set into fine quality ashwood. With all of this, we believe the EQS SUV drives luxury and technology for our customers in this really important segment. And in doing so, it embodies the pioneering spirit of Mercedes-Benz.
For me, being a pioneer means doing something first or making something unique. Just as Mercedes is a pioneer in the automotive world, we consider ourselves a pioneer in digital art. At our studio, we create data paintings and data sculptures that reveal futuristic perspectives. Because technology can completely redefine how we see art.
You just heard about what it takes to be a real trailblazer. In the same vein, the EQS SUV really is the next iteration of our clear-cut strategy. We will build the world's most desirable electric cars. Wrapping some of the best EQS traits in an SUV package takes innovation even further into this segment. One example, efficiency. Tires and wheels account for a significant portion of drag. And unless cars finally learn how to fly, they're here to stay. So our engineers reduced drag through details such as aerocladding, spoilers, optimized tread patterns, and a closed, windproof spoke design. Even the innovative new running boards help reduce drag. All of these measures follow one basic mission: create a wind-tight sculpture that guides the air around it as smoothly as possible. The result is a 7-seater luxury SUV that can easily carry 4 golf bags in the trunk and still has more than enough electric range to be your long-distance companion. The EQS SUV also leads by example in the way it's built, with CO2-neutral production in our factories and a sustainable supply chain. That includes the battery manufactured at our brand new dedicated plant in the US. Digital technology has revolutionized our processes there, and it also has the potential to transform the world of art.
For this one-time project with Mercedes-Benz, we took inspiration from the EQS SUV. With data from the vehicle's research and development phase, we created thousands of digital images. We then use artificial intelligence to transform those images into data art. In other words, the data of the EQS SUV was the paint and the algorithm was the brush.
This translation of technology to art can also be applied to the automotive industry. That's why our second strategic focus is holistic digitalization and connectivity. You can call it digital luxury because it simply makes passengers' lives a lot easier. The most obvious example is the stunning MBUX hyperscreen with zero-layer technology, which shows only what you need to see at any given moment. The EQS SUV even has its own exclusive off-road mode, so every passenger can see the fun stuff like slope angles and inclination in real time. By the way, more and more markets now allow front seat passengers to watch movies while traveling because our technology makes it safe and non-distracting. Behind all of these useful features is one simple strategic principle. We want to lead in car software because we want the Mercedes to constantly learn. We also want it to gain flexibility in catering to our customers' individual needs. Additional features can be unlocked as needed with over-the-air updates. And we have a lot more coming your way. What we have just seen truly captures the spirit of the EQS SUV. It redefines a whole segment and is the third vehicle on our new all-electric platform. It adds versatility to our EQ lineup with an attractive SUV package that customers around the world love. And it follows our strategy of making our vehicles more sustainable and more digital in our ultimate quest of building the world's most desirable electric cars.
Little Felipe is a beast. I see a lot of potential in him and his skating. I see a lot of dedication, and I feel like he's really willing to put in the hard work to take his skating to that next level, just like how I was when I was a kid. And man, he's still so young. He's already got the tech ledge skating down, flipping into big rails. So I think the kid has a very bright future ahead of him.
G'day everybody, welcome to Nauru Surf Gathering 2022. We're down here at beautiful Macaulay's Beach in Coffs Harbour, Gumbaynggirr country. My name is Amber and I'm one of the organisers of Nauru Surf Gathering, the daughter of Eric Mercy, who we run this event in memory of.
I think it's great, you know, to have that regularity and catch-ups and to bring culture into it as well. Obviously the opening last night, there was dance and a lot of language being spoken. We're mixing a healthy sort of contemporary lifestyle with culture and reconnecting with our gargle, our ocean.
We've got the under 8s out there at the moment and they're all charging and having a go. Yeah, I feel like all us older guys have put in pretty well and it's starting to pay off. All the kids are surfing good and, you know, just the whole community spirit's amazing here and yeah, I love it.
It's great to see other Indigenous people jumping on surfboards and getting involved with surfing, and some of the young ones, they're just surfing so good now and they're, you know, they're all getting sponsored and doing well in the comps, so it's great to see.
It's a modern day celebration of how it used to be done.
You know, surfing's such an important vehicle for our mob. You know, strength and resilience and connection to culture and connection to ocean as well, and you know, it's a good pathway and it's a good lifestyle for our kids that they can have, you know, over their lives.
It's such a special feeling being out in the water and seeing a whole bunch of other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander faces. Just instilling in them a sense of pride within themselves and that there is space for us as Indigenous people out in the lineup.
I really believe it's important to have representation at all events in this country. It's really important that this country also shares what our people have shared for thousands of years.
2022 Nauru, done and dusted. It means a lot to the community, and to see people come from different places all over Australia and meet in this spot, it's bringing a warmth back to this town, what we've always needed.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here. Number 1 turned off.
Plus de 190 pays et cultures réunies dans un même espace, ici, maintenant et partout.
Más de 6 meses, día y noche, descubriendo las mejores ideas del mundo.
Erlebe die Zukunft mit Geschäftsmöglichkeiten und technologischen Kooperationen.
Be part of the solution to tomorrow's challenges.
Participez à la création d'un nouveau monde. Venez à l'Expo 2020 de Dubaï.
begin to tell the story of how great love can be? The sweet love story that is older than the sea. The simple truth about the love he brings to me. Where do I start? Like a summer rain that cools the pavement with a patent leather shine. He came into my life and made the living fine, and gave a meaning to this empty world of mine. He fills my heart. He fills my heart with very special things, with angel songs, with wild imaginings. He fills my soul with so much love that anywhere I go, I'm never lonely with him along. Who could be lonely? I reach for his hand, it's always there.
What is so important about driving faster than everyone else?
How long does it last? Can love be measured by the hours in a day? I have no answers now, but this much I can say. I'm going to need him till the stars all burn away, and he'll be there. He fills my heart with very special things, with angel songs, with wild imaginings. He fills my soul with so much love that anywhere I go, I'm never lonely with him along. Who could be lonely? I reach for his hand, it's always there. How long does it last? Can love be measured by the hours in a day? I have no answers now, but this much I can say. I'm going to need him till the stars all burn away, and he'll be there.
Cut deductible. For left base 2. On y va beaucoup. Très léger. Serre à gauche.
What I tend to look for when I go to places are things that are visually appealing. When you walk down the sand dunes here in St. Lucia, just thinking of the old shipwrecks or the explorers, the first thing they saw was these long beaches and impenetrable forest. They still look exactly the same. I can't imagine there are many places in the world where you can see tons of things in one day. I want to pinch my arm and say, this can't be true. I'm in the middle of this. I think the uniqueness is that it's diverse. You could peel off layer after layer and you'll find more and more things. It's all here for you to just be part of.
May 24th, 1844. Inventor Samuel Morse opens America's first telegraph line. He transmits the message, "What hath God wrought?" from Washington, D.C. to Baltimore. 1994, in New York, 4 men convicted of bombing the World Trade Center the year before are each sentenced to 240 years in prison. Ed Smith is the husband of one of the bombing victims.
Justice is served, and the American system worked. There's a lot of people who put a lot of time and effort to get this done.
More than 7 years later, a second terrorist attack on September 11th topples the Twin Towers, killing nearly 3,000 people. 1819, Queen Victoria, whose more than 60-year rule saw the British Empire reach its peak, is born in London. 1883, the Brooklyn Bridge, one of America's oldest suspension bridges, opens to traffic in New York City, linking Manhattan and Brooklyn. And 1941, Bob Dylan, the singer-songwriter who first gained fame in the folk music scene of the early 1960s, is born in Duluth, Minnesota. Today in history, May 24th, Ross Simpson, The Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,